Going everyone, it's Sam. Today we are looking at the overall crypto market because it is down, and I want to show you some metrics about the long-term potential of the crypto market. What's going to happen over the next 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, a couple years, instead of just what's happening day to day. We know that there's some tension between Russia and the Ukraine. We know that the Fed is going to raise rates. We know that there are a lot of things that are coming up, including some more regulation here in the US coming from Biden. There are a lot of things coming up that are causing people to have fear in crypto. But it's not just crypto that's being hit hard. And I think that's the important thing to remember. And we have to look past it day to day. It's too easy to get caught up in that, which is why I want to show you some of the metrics outside of the day to day that are quite promising over the long term. Now, we did break below 40,000 on Bitcoin, and I've been talking about why that is an important level. So it might get volatile here. We also might have some other things coming up over the next week or two that could cause Bitcoin to go down or go up, but I want to bring up these different points here to keep your head on straight. So if you guys don't mind hitting the like button and subscribe button, I do appreciate that. Now, let's take a look at the equities market, because whether we like it or not, a lot of institutional money is in crypto right now, and a lot of institutional money is also in the stock market. So right now, Redfin is down from about $97 from their high down to $21. And part of that's because they're down 27% today. We also have Roku, which was around a $500 stock, now at $103 on the last one day, down 29% here today. Lemonade was about $188, now just $27. It is down about 85%. So some of the normal equities, some of the large growth companies over the last few years who have grown really popular, they are getting smashed 80, 90% down. And you have to remember, when something falls down by 80%, it doesn't take it going up 80% to get back to where it was. It has to 5x from when it's down 80%. So that's just to get back to where it was. Crypto doesn't look that volatile when you look at something like that, right? When you're looking at stocks, big stocks, big companies, down 80, 90%, well, Solana's down about 60% from its high. Ethereum down less than 50%. Bitcoin down about 30, 40%. So it's really not down that much compared to some of these other stocks and some of the other equities out there. Now, taking a look at some of the long-term metrics in crypto, it's still looking bullish. Of course, some people say on-chain metrics always look bullish, but you can see that over the last 2 years, since the beginning of 2020, we have gone from about 3 million on exchanges, 3 million Bitcoin, down to about 2.4 million. So 20% of the supply in exchanges has gone away, and that means that when large companies are trying to buy, or asset funds or pensions, it's going to be harder and harder to buy. Eventually, there's not going to be really much of anything on exchanges. Also, at the same time, the illiquid supply continues to go up. These are long-term holders, and they continue to add as the price goes down. We also have miners that aren't really adding too much to the supply because they're hodling. You can see that they are accumulating. They're not really selling off their Bitcoin too much. And this is after they sold a decent amount when they thought the price was too high back in 2020, at the beginning of 2021. At the same time, the hash rate has reached all-time highs. More and more people are seeing the value in the network and adding miners, and they continuously buy more miners, showing that they believe in this asset long term, and they don't think the price is going to crash, because at that point they would rather sit out and wait to buy miners. Now, of course, you don't know how many people are waiting to buy miners, but you can see that overall people keep on adding miners faster than miners are going down. We have less supply. We have more people securing the network. At the same time, we continuously have more and more people losing their Bitcoin. And I think we've all seen these different articles. 500 million in Bitcoin lost in a dump, lost passwords, lock millionaires out of their Bitcoin fortunes. And there are a bunch of articles like this all the time. So it was actually Satoshi that said that losing your coins was a donation to everyone. And Chainalysis estimates that there's about 3 to 4 million Bitcoin that have been lost over time. So there's about 19 million Bitcoin out there right now. And a significant portion, about 20% or so, have been lost. So before we go any further, I do want to tell you about Costello Cube. So this is coming from an artist, Nicholas Costello, and he created a 400-pound cube of gold. Now what he's doing is he's going to launch an NFT auction. It's going to be on 2/22, and there are only 10 NFTs. So what this is about a $12 million gold cube, and they put it down in Central Park. There's a bunch of articles about it, including the New York Times, showing people looking at it. And they do have their own token. So this is a partner of the channel, if I didn't say that already, Costello Coin. You guys can check out the information underneath the video if you're interested in this. Of course, NFTs are risky, so always do your due diligence. Doesn't look like there's too much that they're saying that the NFTs do yet, but it is tied to this, and they're trying to make this kind of like a viral marketing thing. So definitely check out the link underneath the video to their Discord, to their website, and you can sign up for the NFT auction if you're interested. And we do have a lot of banks that are embracing it. So while we have a bunch of people losing Bitcoin, we have miners that are holding their Bitcoin. The illiquid supply continues to go up. We have banks that are going to start offering it to their clients. Even if they're not buying it themselves, they are offering it to their clients, a lot of them over the coming months. So a lot of people will be able to buy it right from their bank. We also have some large companies that are also taking positions in it, like KPMG, which is a global accounting firm, and they're buying Bitcoin and Ethereum. So some large companies are getting into it. Fidelity also is launching physical Bitcoin, so spot Bitcoin ETPs in Europe. There are companies all over the world that are launching these spot ETFs. We just don't have one here in the US yet, but that is coming at some point in the future. So there are going to be more and more people that are buying it for the long term in retirement accounts or in other accounts, and they just feel more comfortable buying it that way as opposed to buying it on their own and holding their own keys. And it makes sense that people want to buy it because the CPI is insane, 7.5%. So putting your money in a long-term asset that is very easy to understand, very trackable, does not change, it's immutable, and can help you store wealth, I think will be really important because it doesn't seem like CPI is coming down anytime soon. Even with raising interest rates in the future, we're still pumping more money into the economy right now. And we do have to remember that over the next 10 years or 20 years, there's going to be a great wealth transfer. The baby boomers have the majority of wealth here in America, and they're going to transfer somewhere between $30 and $70 trillion to their children. So a lot of money is going to be transferred down, and we know that millennials and people around our age really like to put money into cryptocurrencies. Part of that is because we feel like that's one of the only areas that we can invest in and get a true return that will actually give us some kind of wealth, because right now we have been dealt kind of a crappy hand with college loans, with housing very expensive. Our salaries not really increasing as much as they should. So we have to put money somewhere that can actually outpace the 10% return. At least that's what a lot of people think. So they put it in crypto. So a lot of people will be putting some of this money in Bitcoin, in Ethereum, Solana, all these other cryptocurrencies. So overall, I think it is important to remember where crypto is going over the long term. It's going to go up. But there are different things that happen in the short term, and I think that is why you should try to dollar cost average. At least that's what I try to do. Now, let me know your thoughts on this underneath the video. Are you still bullish for the long term of crypto? Also, be careful of the scammers in the comments. Don't give your crypto to anyone. Don't sign up for anything that anyone sends you in a direct message, and I will see you guys in the next video.